Hi everyone, my name is John. Welcome back to my channel. It so happens that for Christmas I got a couple, six actually, wonderful presents, bookish presents from a list that I had online that I was sort of curating. And someone who knows much more about me than he has any right to know got on there and bought me a lot of the things that I wanted. So I just wanted to show you everything I got, or was purchased for me, I should say. I happen to all be from Yale, who was having a sale last year in 2024 over the summer, I think. And I meant to get all of these. I think they were having a 50% off sale or something. And about a couple of weeks into the sale, they had some major mishap, technical snafu, and tried to place my order, and it wasn't working for anyone. So they had a brief little, more like a flash sale back in December before Christmas, and we got these. So I wanted to share them with you. The first one is The Last Shah, America, Iran, and the Fall of the Pahlavi Dynasty by Ray Takei. And obviously, I haven't had a chance to read these yet, so I'll lean a little bit on the matter from the website, offering a new view of one of America's most important, infamously strained, and widely misunderstood relationships of the post-war era. This book tells the story of America and Iran from the time of the last Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, was placed on the throne in 1941 to the 1979 revolution that brought the present Islamist government to power. This revolution was not, as many people believe, the popular overthrow of powerful and ruthless puppet government of the United States. Rather, it followed decades of the corrosion of Iran's political establishment by an autocratic ruler who demanded fealty but lacked the personal strength to make hard decisions, and ultimately lost the support of every sector of Iranian society. Esteemed Middle Eastern scholar Ray Takei provides new interpretations of many key points, including the 1953 coup against Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh and the rise of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, significantly revising our understanding of America in Iran's complex and difficult history. So, rife for quarter four for Historathon. And then going way backwards in time. I'm jumping around in the list a little bit. I didn't think to put these in chronological order, like I probably should have. This is an author I've heard a lot about who has at least 2 or 3 books published from Yale. And this is Two Houses, A History of France and England, 1100 to 1300. Two Houses, Two Kingdoms, A History of France and England, 1100 to 1300, by Catherine Hanley. And the 12th and 13th centuries were a time of personal monarchy, when the close friendship of petty and feuding kings and queens could determine the course of history. The Capetians in France and the Angevins in England waged war, made peace, and intermarried. The lands under the control of the English king once reached to within a few miles of Paris, and those ruled by the French house, at their apogee, crossed the Channel and encompassed London itself. In this lively, engaging history, Catherine Hanley traces the great clashes, the occasional friendships of the two dynasties. Along the way, she emphasizes the fascinating and influential women of the houses, including Eleanor of Aquitaine and Blanche of Castile, and shows how personalities and familial bonds shaped the fate of the two countries. It's a tale of two intertwined dynasties that shaped the present and the future of England and France, told through the stories of the people involved. and also by Catherine Hanley. This is a biography. I'm holding myself back from not reading this right now, but I'll follow Historathon guidelines and wait a few months, I guess. This is also Catherine Hanley. This is her biography of Matilda. Matilda, Empress, Queen, Warrior. This new biography explores Matilda's achievements as military and political leader. By the way, just a quick word on Matilda, in case you don't know who she is. She was a daughter of Henry I, and on Henry I's deathbed, he makes Matilda his heir apparent. All of his barons agree, and then once Henry dies, they sort of renege, and there follows a several decades long battle after that between her and her cousin, who is named Stephen. Stephen actually makes the regnal list and is on the list of kings and queens of England. Matilda, despite the fact that her father wanted her to be queen, is not on that list. But she fought a damn hard war for it. It was a war called the Anarchy. And she fought for it. She never quite beat out her cousin, though. But that's who Matilda is for some context. And this talks about her military and political leadership, sets up her life and career in full context. Catherine Hanley provides fresh insight into Matilda's campaign to claim the title of queen, her approach to allied kingdoms and rival rulers, and her role in the succession crisis. Hanley highlights how Matilda fought for the throne and argues that although she never sat on it herself, her reward was to see her son become king, which she does. Her son is Henry II, the first Angevin king, and the first Plantagenet king. Extraordinarily, her line has continued through every single monarch of England or Britain from that time to the present day. So, Matilda. Jumping again forward in history to, well, at least the author is firmly in the 19th century. I saw that Yale had reprinted this and wanted to get my hands on it immediately because I'd never read it before. It's not something you commonly see, maybe you're in an old bookstore, but I love the fact that they've decided to reprint this with good notes and essays at the end. And this is Thomas Carlyle's On Heroes, Hero Worship, and the Heroic in History. This is based on a series of lectures that Carlyle delivered in 1840, and considers the creation of heroes and the ways that they exert heroic leadership. From the divine and the prophetic, he talks about Odin and Muhammad, to the poetic, he talks about Dante and Shakespeare, to the religious, Luther and Knox, to the political, Cromwell and Napoleon. Carlyle investigates the mysterious qualities that elevate humans to cultural significance. By situating the text in the context of 6 essays by distinguished scholars that reevaluate both Carlyle's work and his ideas, David Sorensen and Brent Kinzer argue that Carlyle's concept of heroism stresses the hero's spiritual dimension. In Carlyle's engagement with various heroic personalities, he dislodges religiosity from religion, myth from history, and truth from quackery, as he describes the wondrous ways in which these flowing light fountains, quote-unquote, flowing light fountains, unlock the heroic potential of ordinary human beings. And you can see from the title page here, not the title page, but the table of contents, that the part by, I don't know if you can see it, but here are the 6 lectures by Carlyle It's the hero is divinity, hero is prophet, hero is poet, hero is priest, hero as man of letters, hero is king. So each one of those is a lecture. And then it's followed by 7 essays by different people, none of whose names I immediately recognize. But one of them is that Brent Kinzer, and who's the other person? David Sorensen. No, he doesn't have an essay in here. But Brent Kinzer does. And I love the fact that it has the apparatus in the back to maybe shed some light and some context on the essays. Which I'm sure stand for themselves, but it's nice to have them anyway. Number 5, next to last. I didn't know these next 2 books would be as big as they were, but I'm kind of excited that they are. This is Carlos Ayer's, a book that he wrote called Reformations, the Early Modern World, 1450 to 1650. And yeah, it is. It's my fingers. it's big. It's with notes and everything. It's nearly 900 pages. So this is a supposedly fast-paced survey of Western civilizations, transition from the Middle Ages to modernity. We'll see how fast-paced it is, but Western civilization's transition from the Middle Ages to modernity that brings this tumultuous period vividly to life. Carlos Ayer, popular professor and gifted writer, chronicles the 200-year era of the Renaissance and Reformation with particular attention to issues that persist as concerns in the present day. Ayer connects the Protestant and Catholic Reformations in new and profound ways, and he demonstrates convincingly that this crucial turning point in history not only affected people long gone, but continues to shape our world and define who we are today. It focuses on the vast changes that took place in Western civilization between 1450 and 1650, from Gutenberg's printing press and the subsequent revolution in the spread of ideas to the close of the 30 Years' War. Carlos Ayer devotes equal attention to the various Protestant traditions and churches, as well as to Catholicism, skepticism, and secularism, and he takes into account the expansion of European culture and religion into other hands, particularly the Americas and Asia. He also underscores how changes in religion transformed the Western secular world. A book created with students and non-specialists in mind, Reformations is an inspiring, provocative volume for any reader who's curious about the role of ideas and beliefs in history. I'm one of those people, so I figured, yeah, that's for me. Alright, last but not least, also another book. I had no idea it would be this size. This is nearly 1,000 pages. Even though I'm not quite sure it looks it. This is... Maybe it does. This is Iran, A Modern History by Abbas Amanat. The history of modern Iran is not a survey in the conventional sense, but an ambitious exploration of the history of a nation. It offers a revealing look at how events, people, and institutions are shaped by currents that sometimes reach back hundreds of years. The book covers the complex history of the diverse societies and economies in Iran against the background of dynastic changes, revolutions, civil wars, foreign occupation, and the rise of the Islamic Republic. Abbas Amanat combines chronological and thematic approaches, exploring events with lasting implications for modern Iran and the world, drawing a diverse historical scholarship and emphasizing the 20th century. He addresses debates about Iran's culture and politics. Political history is the driving narrative force given impetus by Amanat's decades of research and study. He layers the book with discussions of literature, music and the arts, ideology and religion, economy and society, and cultural change and heritage. So it sounds like it's cultural, social, diplomatic, history. It's all of my favorite kinds of history rolled into one, about a part of the world that I would like to know much more about than I currently do. So I jumped all over it, naturally. So this is number 6, Abbas Amanat's Iran, A Modern History. That's what I got for Christmas, in the way of books at least. And I am tickled pink at every single one of them. I will probably be including one or more of these in future piles of possibility lists for Historathon. But I just wanted to show them now because I got them for Christmas, and, before it's July, I figured I should probably show you the Christmas stuff. So I'll wrap this up here for now, and I will see you very soon. Bye.